Oh shit. Now you can see I got AirPods on, but awkwardly, and I'm on like a Windows computer. Um, oh, I got something in my eye. Hello. Number one. Hello. Number two, I obviously got something stuck in my eye. Um, Number three, we need to talk about Bitcoin again. Holy crap. Bro, it's like 6 o'clock in the morning. Maybe it might be 6:30. It might be 6:30. But oh God, my fucking eyes. I can't fucking see. Anyway, hello. We are back again to enlighten you about algorithms. Now, today is a very, very special day. And before I even start this video, my Bitcoin video, the last one that was released, right? I don't know what day it came out. I'm about to check. Uh, Also, I forgot that my phone case for this phone was the anime. Anyway, so long story short, um, I wrote a blunt, and that Bitcoin video that I made came out on 2 weeks ago. It was 2 weeks ago. It was a 45-minute long video posted October 19th. Today is November, I don't know what the fucking date is, 4. Damn, it's almost Christmas. What the fuck? That's actually insane. Anyway, so I wanted to check out the Bitcoin with you, and not to say it like that, but there's been plenty of times where I've said something on this channel, and just because you're not used to the black guy being right about damn near everything, yeah, not to make it like a race thing, no. But basically, what I'm saying is, I could give you all the gems in the world, but there's somebody somewhere out there that, regardless of what I teach you, what I tell you, just the fact that it's me saying it, you're not going to believe what I'm saying. And that's totally fine, my guy. Except the problem is, what did I show you last time? Now, I've said something earlier, right? Where we spoke on me as a mentor. I firmly believe this. Look. Yes, there's funny lines everywhere, right? You can see exactly where the Bitcoin was going and where it's not. So, and let me take this off real quick so you can see. But my point, right? Like I said, I always talk about structure first because I want you to be a better trader. Yes, you could understand where we're going with your goal back levels. I've spoken about that. So we understand that I give out how EXT is like your external range to marker, right? You're going to find a premium and discount version of it. And the only reason why I said this earlier, you need to get to a point where structure is not hard for you. If all of the market structure is actually still hard for you, bro, the funny lines is not going to save you at all. Like at all. You're just going to sit there and feel like you're ultimately confused on what we need to be doing. Like we can sit here and say, you know what? Okay, how does Jay know that we're sell side? And real quick, it's amazing how I can make a fucking long ass video about the fall of Bitcoin, and the first thing I get, and the question is, "Yo, bro, you still sell side of Bitcoin?" Bro, I just made a whole video about the sell side of Bitcoin, and you're asking me if I'm bullish. Not to say it like that, but what sense? Come on, bro. Let's have a brain. What sense does that make? Yes, we are sell side. 104K. Come on now. And I've been told you about these levels. I literally told you about these levels. Go back and watch the video. But my point here is to not do that to you. My point is to kind of tell you, like, listen, even you being on a daily chart, why do we keep coming in here and trying to tell me, yo, Jay, I think you wrong. Bitcoin's still bullish. Bitcoin's still bullish. No, the fuck it's not. No, the fuck it's not. And like I said, bro, it's not fully a race thing, but me just being black and intelligent, you start to notice some things. And I mentioned this. We're all human, so I'm not getting on everybody for not listening. Like I said, there's plenty of times where I don't listen either. But there's a big thing to where if somebody's telling you, yo, hey, not only the fact that we are going sell side, but I'm explaining to you completely why, right? But like I mentioned, ICT said I don't use gold back levels. Now, I'll give him the benefit of the doubt. The man understands the Pediarray matrix, which is the same as understanding gold back levels. If you learned about the arrays in order, okay? He doesn't actually need to put on the funny lines how we do, but he understands the math on how to find these levels, these times, these numbers, and other ways to mess with the matrix. Okay. So the same way that I learned how to mess with all these types of algorithms, right? You need to get to a point where you're not sitting there dumbfounded when you're looking at just structure. Like I've said this on many occasions, it's not all just my advanced concepts that are keeping me in line here. Sure, there's a time and a place for all my advanced shit. But until you get structured down, the funny lines will not do it for you. ICT ICT telling you that, oh, go back level's not real, or I don't know what that is. And first of all, that's a lie, number one. Number two, you need to get to a point where even if you are using the levels, a lot of you guys trade futures, a lot of you guys trade forex. All my crypto traders, you've probably realized this. But if you've actually been to Bitcoin, like this is one of the biggest PL3 numbers that we could get to. I'm on the 59,049 dealing range, dog. You get what I'm saying? And then I go down to 19. I go to 19. That's hilarious. I go to 19,683 dealing range, right? What do you think I was using the whole time? Fair value gap. In where? Fair value gap. And you notice how actually like just the cool thing about go back levels, right? This gap, you guys are always like, oh my God, well, like I don't know how much of the gap we're actually going to rebalance. I can't tell. Listen, I trade ICT, I teach ICT. Am I in the ICT fucking cult? No. I'm a firm believer that if you actually do not challenge his ideas, you will actually not learn the stuff. You have to sit down and learn how to challenge his ideas. And just because I'm not the monotone white guy on YouTube, oh, I'm just not going to believe the black guy on what he's saying about Bitcoin. Okay. Okay. And guess what? Those same people telling me, oh, you don't believe what I'm saying. Yeah, you started buying on that fucking Sunday and that Monday, didn't you? Yes, you did. Yes, you did. Now we're looking at a complete 360 back down. Like Jay didn't tell you that the shit was sell side. Referring to yourself in third person is crazy. Anyway, the thing is, right? And you gotta, bro, listen, I I need more haters, bro. I need more haters by the time we get to the summer. Because fuck this shit, dog. You need to get to a point where if structure is still bothering you, then you need to take a back seat to the goal back levels and understand that if you couldn't see that this was actually sell side and you're actually a crypto trader, you might need to get your textbook out. And it's the thing. Basic ICT concepts work just fine. The reason why I said like I'm not in the ICT cult is because when everybody's sitting there saying, "Oh my God, go back level's not real," then you explain to me why stop runs work perfectly. You explain to me why algorithmic fair value gaps in the right level work perfectly. And you can explain to me why power of three liquidity worked perfectly. I don't know. I mean, not to say it like that, but maybe instead of wasting energy on being mad at the smart black guy, maybe you should put your energy into studying. That would probably be a better thing for you. And you could probably tell, yes, I'm talking to one specific person, but I'm not mean. It's just that, like, when anybody goes and even slightly challenges my ability, I say this all the time, bro. Be a cold day in hell if I'm wrong with this shit. It'd be a cold day in hell. To the point where, just real quick, because I thought about it. Uh, where did I tell you this was going? We talked about this. We talked about how we ran up, right? 2 days in a row, and how everybody and their mom was doing what? trying to get down here all fucking week. But since you are unfamiliar with FOMC and how that works, now you're not sure when to expect this thing. You're even getting to the point now around Friday where you're starting to question if we need to get there at all. Yes, we do. I told you what we need to do to even get down here. And right now, we are on a marathon of liquidity, right? Everything we've been speaking about basically on this channel for about a good 6 weeks has been to get you better at liquidity. And even offering a simple idea like, listen, we actually can't get lower until we make new liquid. So when I direct your attention back to Bitcoin and we go to a 4 hour chart, okay? And again, I'm only gonna on these sessions just gonna separate my weeks, right? And so the reason why you have double yellows on my crypto is because it's the weekend. Okay. So this is your Saturday and your Sunday. I just only don't have a Saturday on futures chart. But long story short, right? This is what I've been trying to tell you guys. Like, listen, if we're sell side, we're gonna sit there and do sell side shit. That means we got sell side turtles, we got sell side liquidity, and we're fucking shit up on a very basic level. That takes you guys understand this. Okay. So when we're speaking about like the daily chart, and again, huge dealing range. Do not be an asshole, bro. Do not be an asshole. And listen, I will give you gem. Okay, I'll give you gem. Listen, for us to even continue to go upward, I mean, it works on both sides. So I'm not saying Bitcoin is sell side forever. No, what I'm telling you is you need to get your head out of your ass and stop trying to dollar cost average this thing at a shitty price. It's not making sense. All these crypto traders still believe that there's just no fucking like everything that's sell side has to be a crash. It's just it's not no fucking crash, dog. Like I even called it that, but it's not like a crash. Algorithmically, this supposed to happen. Like, what do you like? Not to say it like that, bro, but sure, we're getting to like all-time highs and we're breaking levels and whatever. But for you to sit there and not understand that however you define this, first of all, we're on the daily chart, so we know it's going to last a while, and it did. But we spoke about this just plain sell side turtle soup. This easy, bro. And for people to sit there and say, you know what, literally a 2022 model on a daily chart, not hard. But again, if you're somebody who is just starting to learn how to trade and you know you're probably one of those people who are really really good in school, you probably need to study and shit like that, or you're somebody who is probably super super independent at your job and you feel like you've been in a boss role forever and you meet somebody like me who has to actually tell you what to do and how to give this to you the correct way. And I'll be giving bits and pieces out about this over these last couple videos, but trading's not actually hard. What's listening to the mentor is apparently hard, but it's psychology, right? So people who are in these boss roles or never had a chance to have somebody come in and really um offer them a way to develop something that they're doing. They've always been in a position to do it themselves. So they're not really super um understanding of like the effort and the time it takes for me to really sit down and do certain shit for you. So that turns into you not listening. And it's not your fault. It's not your fault. I don't want you to come in like, oh my God, it's not your fault. Okay. The only thing is, I ask, right? Let's just be better. Let's be better. Okay. So the same way that instead of complaining about me being right about a narrative and that you're wrong about a narrative, how about you sit there and say, you know what? Let me just understand that it is market structure first. I do have to listen to Jules when, also my name is Jules. If people don't call me Jay, right? Whatever. But my point is, if I'm telling you it's structure first before gold back levels, you probably want to take my advice. If you're doing it backward, not to say it like that, it's going to get you, not saying you can't see where we're going, but if you have no real market structure experience, the funny lines will just make you more confused. You're going to sit there and think things are bullish when we're actually bearish. You're going to get very, very anxious every time your dealing range flips. Because imagine the one person who saw it like this and started buying at the very top. You get what I'm saying? So you need to understand structure. Not understanding structure, you're just going to be looking at these funny lines and wondering why the shit didn't even work. Seriously. You're going to be sitting there looking at this high low level and wondering why all we did was just go up and down. It had no real like support or resistance from this actual level. That sounds rough, doesn't it? Don't be mad at me, man. Don't shoot the messenger. You need to get better on your on listening. Don't be mad at me because I told you what to do and you don't want to do it. You can't. And so what I want to do, right? I want to give you a small gem and I want to start talking about the next level for Bitcoin. So the thing is, right? 19683. I only like this level because it's super compact. You can see what we're doing right now. So you can see our next target is that, let me get me out the way. Our next target is actually that 90, yeah, it's that 98,415 level. So I'm looking at 98,000 for my next target. So I'm gonna use a go back level for a target right here. But as you can see, like what I did last time, right? And we stopped just short. Like we made equal lows. But this sell side liquidity is what I was aimed at, right? So you see how we have a low protraction phase and we're going to take that. And we should blast right down through it because why? It's a liquidity void level. So this is what, and here, you can see it up here too. Your liquidity void level, right? Right here. Boom. LV. This is why it's a single pass through. Um, Pretty much from that level. Okay. And that's the thing. I said this earlier, bro. It's not a like black and white thing. It's not like a American European thing. It's just a human thing that when people will give you a gem, right? And I've noticed this with a lot of traders. And again, I've been doing this for years, right? I'm going on my 11th year of trading. Okay. I'm actually really proud of that. But going into my 11th year, I've seen and talked to so many people that when they get to a certain spot in what they call their understanding, right? You just haven't seen enough narratives for you to get to, I guess, what I talk about all the time, right? Oh, what do I say? Trading is easy. I've spoken on this before about myself. Me, I'm not the mechanical trader. So I don't have a problem coming in and interacting with different data every day, I don't have a problem coming in and making a plan right on the spot for what is on my screen and running it. But what I think is everybody is still in that mode of like, oh, every day, what should I be looking for? Every day, what should I be doing? Every day, it's different. And it's really not. And so I think, like, I mean, not saying it's the exact definition of insanity. You hear my voice crack right there? But it's damn near close. And what I'm talking about is imagine coming in every day with some shit that doesn't fucking work. And so the reason why when people even join my Discord, I'm starting to have to reintroduce this kind of lecture that I did 2 years ago. But basically, when you step into my mentorship or you step into my Discord, you even come to this YouTube channel. Unless you are telling me you have the core ICT basics or you were already there present for when all this stuff came out and you are getting that stuff is down for you, you need to get rid of that old fucking style of trading. When you the moment you fucking meet me. But the thing is, right? Everyone's like, yo, I don't want to do that because I'm so used to like what I'm doing. But the thing is, you wouldn't be here if that shit was working. Let let's be real. You would not be here if whatever the fuck you was doing before this was working. You might have a few things that you really like and that make you comfortable. And I don't even tell you to get, when I say get rid of that old style, right? I'm not saying you can't like top down analysis the way you do now, or you can't, have a few things in a routine that you have in place. Keep those. But I'm talking about like how we actually engage the chart, what we care about in terms of information to be able to press the button every day. Get rid of that old fucking style of trading. So, to be fair to you, right? What I'm trying to say is that when you're on NASDAQ and you're telling me, hey, like I've been somebody who only cares about the high to low time frame and I transpose it that way. So the only thing I can do is either buy or sell towards a higher array. Okay. But the problem is, you're going to keep running into this issue where you're going to feel like, oh, I don't have a trader. Oh my God, I don't have um main idea. I haven't found a trade in a few days, and you're watching the rest of the universe sit there and smack the fucking daily algorithm, session algorithm, and all these lower time frame or short time frame um programs that we're able to run. And like I said, it's not just contingent on what I call like the textbook. So like we talk about what I call like the script, right? I really call it that because of Nigel too. And I love my guy Nigel. That's my guy. Like, if you guys don't know who Nigel is, you need to go learn who Nigel is. That's my fucking guy. Nigel is like Neo in the Matrix. And I don't know. Am I Morpheus? Oh my God, that's crazy. Anyway, so what we call the script, right? Again, there's just a in order of operations, I'll say, right? And every single day, it does the same script. After a few years, you'll start to notice it naturally. Or if you study all of the core ICT, you'll start to notice that the stuff goes in order, right? I'm not trying to get on anybody about just skill or their experience, but I am getting on a lot of you for having the right information and not wielding it correctly. That's like if I literally gave you a fucking um I was going to give you a One Piece reference because I started One Piece. I'm on episode 20 right now. And it's funny because I started it not too like the other day, right? So I'm technically on day 3 of One Piece. But I'm 20 episodes in. I'm hearing a lot of people tell me that like I'm watching it slightly fast, but in my opinion, that's slow. That's fucking slow. Like when it comes to binging, that's slow. Like we literally just put the trades on and bump some episodes. They're only 25 minutes a piece. Bro, who's not getting through like I mean, I'll be at the crib all day just trading and chilling. Who's not getting through 10, 20 episodes a day? What the fuck? That's not a long time. Like, but my thing about being routine, right? And I talked about this. I'm not a mechanical trader, my guy. I don't need the 2022 model to do everything. I don't need that. I can use the 2022 model, but you need to learn to get to a point where you're not confusing the data that's right on your screen and trying to use the textbook information. Like, for example, us speaking about midnight, right? Watch this. Now, when we talk about midnight, okay, we spoke about how you want to be a buyer or seller above or below midnight. So, this is the thing, right? Not to say it like that. Just because you're thinking about the textbook, you're thinking that this is bullish because we're under midnight, and this candle alone, you're in a gap, right? Now, how many of you actually did this? I can name 3 of you off the top of my head. You probably had this gap marked. I'm not saying it's a terrible thing, but what I'm saying is it's a skill issue. You're going to look at this and say, you know what, Jay, well, you told me on the textbook stuff that I'm underneath midnight. Look at the time, okay? 10 o'clock in the morning. You said that's optimal trade entry. You're going to look at this as a low, think that this is the gap to send you higher because you're looking at all the liquidity up here. And you were probably wrong and got stopped out and didn't even take the sales the rest of the day. If you're still making mistakes like that, bro, you need help. You need help. I'm not saying that to sound crazy, but like, listen, there is no way in God's green earth. And you see what I mean about textbook versus what's right on your screen. When I say the textbook, that's you responding to what you think would be OTE and a bullish gap, and you're thinking this is buy side liquidity because this is not a 2 to 5 high. Do you get what I'm saying? Instead of just saying, oh, fuck, that's a displacement. Oh, shit, we've been sell side already. And you're also not even saying, what's up with these gaps, bro? So do you get what I'm trying to say? Just from you being underneath midnight, seeing some lows and a gap right here, and the fact that we've been going up for, I don't know, whatever, how many days, you're just going to assume that you need to be a buyer. When the rest of the universe, and I'm telling you, I've been at plenty of times where I'm legitimately saying out loud, yo, we're in sales, we're taking sales. Even on this day, right? I spoke about this day where I'm telling you, we took sales. The only people who took a little detour from this are the ones who don't come to the chat. And if you don't want to come to the chat and hear me telling you about this gap, yo, we're only buying to go into this gap. You don't have to like actually participate in that. We're not bullish. We're not buying. We're not participating in this. We're taking sells. I'm telling you to take sells from gap. You understand what a fair value gap is and what it does. Do you get kind of where I'm going with this? Right? But again, and again, I'm slightly joking or whatever, but like again, nobody listens. I mean, people listen, but you get my point. Nobody listens the first time. Let's put it that way. Nobody listens the first time. And so, you know what I'm saying? Like, this is the thing, right? Like I had spoke about this um like a while ago. Let me see. And not to put my guy on blast, but yo. This is hilarious. Here, so let's go back to the Bitcoin real quick. But this is what I'm trying to say. Like, bro, I posted this video 2 weeks ago. I understand what he was trying to ask me, but this is the thing about your questions, okay? You guys don't realize sometimes your questions are quite vague. So when he's saying, "Hey, yo, bro, you still bearish on Bitcoin?" Do you get where I'm going with this, bro? He's trying to say, "Are you still sell side on the short term?" Is what he was trying to say, or am I still sell side on the long term? Right? We can open that to interpretation. But the thing is, am I still bearish on Bitcoin? Dog, that video, I showed you guys the daily chart. The daily chart, my guy. Okay. So to answer your question specifically, and this is for you, okay? I want you to start to think about like your intention actually. So are you a longer term holder? Like do you have some crypto from years ago and you're trying to see when we could possibly bounce so I can answer that in a separate type of format? Or are you just looking to know in general, like from this actual array that I gave, like where should we expect it, right? So we talked about 98,000. And again, even if we wanted to hop onto some of these other levels down here. So yeah, this is 98,400. There is liquidity right under, so I'm expecting like if we're even just using like regular levels. So you got 96,200 um weekly chart just so we can check some of these arrays if we have it. Ooh. There's a gap open down at the what is that? The 92,000 level? 92,000, 92,000. What? Oh, you know what? Yeah, wow. This is interesting. I just thought about this. Yeah, nah. It had to come down. There was no higher than yeah. I was gonna say it has to be 125 or 126 that made that drop, right? So if this is your next we're gonna say 98,400, we're gonna say write down 96,300-ish, and then we're gonna keep our eyes on because it's the only gap left open that's unmitigated, right? And we're on a weekly chart. So we're going to keep our eyes open on this gap. So we're going to see if this is a possible array. Okay. So open it up because again, I'm on the lower dealing range. Let's go back up. Do you see why I say structure is important to me first? Because without structure, all this stuff starts to seem pointless. So we can still look at this all we want to. Clear buy side or sorry, sell side liquidity, sell side liquidity. Gap is open right at EQ. Come on, stop playing with me. Stop playing with me. So we're going to keep a lookout for this 59,000 EQ level, which is we can stamp it actually. So we're going to be looking for that 88,600 level. Okay. As far as like, nah, I'm not really into this any lower than that yet. Not yet. That's a ways away. We're not going to talk on that level yet. This has been already mitigated, so I'm not worried about these lows. Um, and like I said, if we do have other highs to actually get to, which we do. And look, like if I showed you, it's big, it's big, it's big, it's big, it's really big. I mean, big. Well, look, so yeah, Bitcoin's going to go to about 200 racks. Yeah, it's just not now, not now, not now. And also, if you're familiar, I mean, I'm just gonna give you the gem on this right now. The breaker level, however we define it, whether it's the 177,000 dealing range or lower, your breaker is supposed to do this as the function. It's supposed to reverse shit. This is what I do, man. This is what I do. I help out. So, um, but listen, you don't have to directly adopt my style. That's like not the point. Um, oh my God. I need to stay off Instagram. Anyway, but my point, right? We are going to get higher. Yes. I mean, literally and figuratively, like we are going to get higher because I'm about to light this blunt. And we are going to get higher off Bitcoin because I'm telling you right now, these levels are stamped. It's inevitable. So 177, 800 is stamped. It's just that you're not going to expect this anytime fucking soon. But in order for us to get any higher, what do we need? We need buy side fucking liquidity, my guy. We can't get higher without it. You don't like drink water and smoke at the same time? That's weird. Anyway, I just wanted to hop on here real quick and just give you advice, man. Like, listen, we briefly talked about the NASDAQ and how I need us to look at directly what's on the screen sometimes and get out of your head about textbook information. I need you to also get out of your head about um like the algorithm because it's an algorithm. So everyone's like, "Oh my God, we got crappy price action," and no, nothing's crappy. That's just your skill. It's a skill issue. Nothing is disgusting on the screen once you understand what it's for. Everything is clean. Everything. You just keep thinking it's dirty because you're not understanding what it's for. So when you're like, "Oh my God, this is so dirty," they won't come down here to my new week opening gap. Oh my God, new week opening gap is finally tapped. Oh, we're bullish now. This is temporary, man. Come on now. Gotta know this stuff. And no, that's for my students. I'm not going to explain it to you in full, but I'm just trying to get you into a mode of like not being a dickhead. Just not being a dickhead. But I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry that the black guy is good at this. I'm sorry that you were, never in a position where you had to listen to a black person. It probably makes you feel awkward. I'm serious, man. People go through this. They do. People go through this. I'm not the first intelligent black guy you met. I'm pretty sure about that. And I won't be the last, hopefully. But listen, man, I've seen it with my own eyes, dude. Maybe you need to take a back seat and you might have had a leadership role throughout your life, or you might be coming from a background where, communication was hard for you. But what we're doing here and what I'm actually giving you as a fucking gift like Santa, you need to get that ego out the way. You need to come and be refreshed. You need to get your head in the game like EA Sports. And it's time to get this in. Like, bro, you have to be tired of being unprofitable here. You gotta be tired. You not tired of fucking up every day? But I'm not saying you need me at all. You don't. You could do this shit without me. You could do it a different way. You don't gotta use none of my concepts. I don't care. But what I do care about is listen. Nobody can take what I know from me. Nobody can take what I know from me. So whether you want to listen to me or not, it doesn't matter. It's just a word of advice. You don't have to take it. But it's the thing, right? I did not get good at trading by not challenging ICT's ideas. This did not work for me without putting my own spin on what's already given to me. This doesn't work without listening. I listen to ICT. I take the concepts and I say, oh, you know what? That's how it's used correctly. Let me use it correctly. Oh, you know what? I learned that in my experience that over leveraging doesn't work in any situation. Let me not do that anymore. I'm telling you, you got to be so sick of yourself to make some of these mental changes, bro. To not come to this shit like the definition of insanity. Are you coming here doing the same thing every day that doesn't work? Really think about that. Oh, Jay, you're too serious today. Fuck, I lost the lighter. It better not go out. Listen, man, I'm proud of the work that you've done. I'm so proud of the work that we've done together. But the problem is, I need you to listen. And when you're asking a question, think about the nature of your question. They tend to be vague. You tell me, is Bitcoin still sell side? Why or why not? There's a special video coming out next. Um, I wanted to give a shout out to my guy Dwight. What's up, Dwight? Um, I'm gonna tell y'all a really funny story about Dwight next video because he's one of my favorite traders of all time, and I've known Dwight my entire life. Like Dwight was my first ever barber, and it's funny because I'm noticing this now. Yo, if you cut hair, you liable to be one of the greatest traders of all time. You understand pattern. Oh my God. Bro, I had a Jimmy Neutron brain blast just now. People who cut hair tend to like I just met another group of barbers, right? Yo, shout out to you guys too. Um, they trade like everybody's like I'm really proud of um the barbers because they trading up the storm right now. And I'm seeing it. I'm seeing it. I'm seeing it. It's pattern recognition. Do you think I get better at trading if I learn how to cut hair? All right, well, we'll find out on this next episode of One Piece. Because I'll see y'all later. Yo, Dwight, good job on your last trade, brother. I love you and I'm so proud of you. Next video.